Yo, welcome to the New Normal Podcast, a place where we talk about what's really real. Today, if you're taking notice, if you're paying attention, you see this topic today. Can a man lead with a victim mentality? And the other topic is go check out my story. If y'all haven't been under a rock, then you have been missing out on all the fun shit people have been telling people to go look at on their stories. And we're going to talk about is who hurt you a valid rebuttal, or should we watch or follow men who have been hurt? Today I got the date master with me. Go and introduce yourself.
Yes, indeed. It's a Date Master checking in. For those who know my YouTube channel, it's a Date Master. I drop a video mostly on daily. Sometimes I may do two a day, but we just talk about experiences, stories, certain insight on dating, self development. Just the book is on the way. The Bachelor's Bible that's gonna drop this year. We got to put a date on it, but it's on the way. But yeah, we just tapped into the New Normal podcast. Like I said, the title is just so fitting because I think we actually coming into a new normal, man. I think from 2 to 3 years ago, things have evolved in a great way. What you think?
Evolved in what way? What you talking about?
I mean, the people just different, man. Interaction is different. I mean, standards are different. Different levels of thinking are different. Like I think we evolve, but I don't know if so much in a positive way. But things are definitely different, and we definitely have a new normal set of standards.
Yeah, I feel like we getting exposed to so much right now.
Yeah,
I feel as if so many men are speaking out about a lot of bullshit that's going on, especially in our community, the black community.
yeah,
And I feel as if it's on Front Street right now. I see a lot of guys now speaking against their mothers, how they were raised up. That type of hurt. I seen guys talking about being cheated on and being hit, abused, and stuff like that. So, like I said, I see a lot of different type of stuff going on. I don't know if it's for the good or the better, or if it's just something that we're seeing right now. But like I said, I've been seeing a lot of stuff, and the landscape just looking a lot different. Um, like I say, even with technology, like they talk about how men are just more virgins nowadays, and
yeah.
people ain't having sex, and that blows my mind because on the other end, I'm a guy that always felt like I was good with women, so it's like, how do these guys not get any vagina?
So it's a new day and age. I think it's a big ass scab that's being ripped off. Like with the men who having trouble with women, I
Yeah,
don't think it's their fault, but it's a lot of other things at play. Like I said, it's a new normal. Like you got regular chicks, and that's not an insult. But you got chicks who have the same lifestyle, have not been exposed to this higher level that they see on the internet or that they think or have been sold on the internet, but yet they look down at everyday men when they're everyday women. So I think the men that are having trouble with that are guys who have not come into a certain understanding that you know you either gonna get in the game or you gonna gracefully buy it and stay on the internet. Get your OnlyFans on, get your porn on. Like this, you got to pick.
right.
Some people are lashing out with hence the title with a victim mentality. Like, but the thing is, it has created a rift in between men and women.
Hmm.
So it's like you saying that, like you said, are you who hurt you? If you a man, you more likely than dealt with some hurt
Don't,
from
don't
a
you think?
relationship.
Don't you think we've all been hurt though?
Everybody been hurt, but it's a way to. It's nothing but it's a way to neutralize a conversation.
I think that is true because I feel as if, especially if a man speaks against women, it's always who hurt you or you're gay.
Sassy,
Sassy is the new topic.
sassy,
Instead of
sassy. The
going
new word, yeah.
instead of going all the way out there with it, oh you gay, they just, oh you sassy. Like, bro, what the fuck going on?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
You
yeah.
know, and it's like, damn, as a man, we can't even voice our own opinion about the shit that we deal with. This is how crazy it is. 1 minute women to say, I want you to be open, I want you to be vulnerable, I want you to share your deepest, darkest secrets with me. I want you to, your emotions are safe with me. And then when men start to voice those opinions and those feelings and how they view the world and those perspectives, now it's you sassy, you gay, you hate women. Who hurt you? Like it's all of these things to, like you said, neutralize the conversation or make a man's point invalid of how he feels when everybody has a valid way of feeling, especially if it's something that happened to them. What you think?
I mean, like I said, social media is it's a woman's playground. Like it's becoming to annoy me because every time like it's the same conversation, it's the same bullshit you see. So it kind of left a bad taste in my mouth because I remember that when I was on social media, I was going ham daily. But I was on social media to cope through my day because I hated what I did at work. So I'm working this 9 to 5 that I hate. So being on social media, they say like it helped you do your time. Like it helped me
Mhm.
pass the day better. So I throw outlandish post out there, jokes, or even just meaningful dialogue. But the meaningful dialogue will get tainted with ignorance.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times people don't understand what's being said, but they want to be a part of the conversation. So
Mhm.
you would just have any conversation, hundreds of comments, and you wouldn't get no understanding. You would get a few people. I get some DMs in my inbox like, send me some more links about this or send me some more info about semen retention or what we talked about, telegony and all of this type of stuff. But now it done been dumbed down to where people don't want to have these meaningful conversations to grow. They just want something to do. They bored.
So we had a conversation, and you said you're done going back and forth with women,
Yeah.
arguing with them. And when you told me that, my rebuttal was, how can we tell a group of people that they're sick or drinking the Kool-Aid when they don't realize it? How can we go about doing that? How can we have a realization or eye-opening phase? Or how do we have this conversation with people? Or what drastic needs to happen for that veil to be lifted?
I mean, like I said, I said total, I guess you would call it succession, if you will, but it's just a simple as men, you're not going to win on social media. A woman is not going to appear or even look to be wrong in any sense. So if you're going back and forth, you're just wasting your time. Like I said, if you bored again, you got to look at the intention behind things. Like a lot of dudes, they don't know they bored and bullshitting the same way the women bored and bullshitting.
Mm.
But I think a lot of men are more so looking for answers because all the women have to do is throw out a post, and you're gonna have these men jumping in the comments to peer as if they're the intellectual superior or the
Mhm.
even the physical superior when they really not. It's just a bluff contest. Don't everybody want to seem like they know everything, but if everybody knew everything, why our communities look like shit? Why the homes look like shit? Why you got everybody telling other people to look at my store with all these pornographic images if they knew everything and had all the right answers? That mean everything will be in place, right?
You would think so. You
But
you you would think so, and it's scary that the people that we're talking about leading our community, because what they say 70 something percent of women are having kids out of wedlock. That doesn't mean that the fathers are not present, but even with that statistic, that's wild because we all know that marriage does give some type of structure.
right.
And when you take structure out of a community, like any community, like they said, you could judge a race of people by their women. And if you're just looking at black women and how they act, it's like, damn, this is what the young men are coming up under. This is why you have so much crime and violence. This is why a lot of men don't know how to, problem solve or conflict resolution or actually have good emotional intelligence or communication. Because you would think if a son was raised by his mother, you would think they would be round the nail shop, getting their nails did, having the great conversations. When you think?
I think so. I mean, you even look like a lot of, like you said earlier, a lot of men are speaking out. Like you look at the little Scrappy video when he was telling his mother how he did not approve of how he was raised or speaking about the experiences. If all of these women raising these men, but you still got this chaos, what does that say about the parenting that the mother gave to the child, to the boy, to where he would go out and have a disdain for women that look like his mother? Why would he want to bring home someone that's total opposite of his mother? if his mother was doing everything right, or even not everything right, but just doing it the right way. You got a lot of these men that's coming out of these situations. They denounce. They're vowing to not marry black women.
That's sad and that's scary because there was a video I seen and it was talking to high school kids. And these high school kids, young black men, talking about how they don't want to date black women, the girls that's in their class or their peers because of attitudes. The number one thing was attitude.
Mhm.
And it's like, to me, from what I see in search social media, it seemed like the white girls might have just as bad as an attitude. I don't know if that's a facade. I don't know if that's social media. And I've never really dated. I never dated a white woman, so I wouldn't know. But from what I look at through social media, I feel like they all got the same uniform. They all talking with their neck now. They all colorful hair, eyelashes, BBLs, fingernails. Like, is actually dating out going to save you?
You're right about that. I think not so much dating out. You have to date within a certain mental capacity that you have and that you both identify with, meaning our values align. We have the same behaviors, practices, disciplines, etc., and goals. But it's not just a black thing anymore. Like I said, social media is ran, in my opinion. Black women dominate social media in all facets, all the trends. You see the TikTok dances, you see all of this, and you see white women trying to copy that and emulate that because of the likes, the comments. You can look at the comments; it'll be a lot of negative comments. They not gonna go through all those comments. They just gonna look at the number. You got 900 comments, you got 1,000 likes. So it don't even matter what they saying. It's the attention that comes with whatever this behavior is. So dating out does not necessarily mean you need to go white. You may have to go abroad. It's black people are in everywhere. You're the UK, the Caribbean,
Yeah.
like Cuba. Like you got so many places where you can get, if you're a black man looking for a black woman, she don't have to be Americanized or Western. You can, like I said, you got the passport bros who showing you Austin Holloman. Like I said, I'm gonna get these dudes they flowers. Like they showing you, man. That this man said he had a problem last year. Within 6 months, he done moved to Brazil.
Damn.
And he's showing people, like, it's people that's coming down. He linking up with people that was already down there and on this movement. And you got a lot of women who's speaking out against it, but the train has left the station. Ain't no stopping it. This is only gonna be a snowball effect. So they got this stat out by 2030, 45% of women gonna be single and childless.
You said 45?
45, that's almost 50%.
That's crazy.
That's almost 1 out of 2 women gonna be single and childless. So they having a fun now, but you know my famous saying. The chickens always come home to roost. Chickens always come home to roost.
Eric said the fundamentals of what a family is built off of is being polluted by people who do not have experience in a lot of areas. Opinion has taken place of family facts.
That's facts.
That is
Shout out
true.
my guy. Yeah, me and him, we graduated together. He actually
Okay.
has a lot of sense. And man, it's just one of them things now. Like, it's so everybody want to be cool. Everybody want to be that dude. The chicks want to be like, it look good that's on social media. Like, that's why I like to say I got a certain disdain for it now, because everybody front like they the one on social media. They got it all together. They capping all of this, saying yeah, living like that in real life. So y'all seeing this social media stuff, you gotta take that with a grain of salt. These people really not like that in real life. They really not demand. They really not standing on business like that. They just posting that shit on social media because it's a resume. It's like a brand almost. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So victim mentality.
Yeah.
Should we or anybody follow a man who has a victim mentality?
No.
What does a victim mentality look like? What are the things that we should look for if we're talking about maybe, let's say, a leader? Let's say we're looking at the next Martin Luther King and it's about bringing the family back together. What are the things that we should look for or steer clear from if we're talking about a person who has a victim mentality?
Using past experiences to fuel they current, I ain't gonna say fuel their current rhetoric, but dwelling on past experience too much. Like, you got like the Irv Gotti syndrome. Every chance he get, he want to
Bringing
talk
up
about
Ashanti.
Ashanti.
I got you.
Ashanti hurt him.
Yeah.
She hurt his ego. So he got to show the world, but I still was doing this with you.
Yeah.
She got to remind the world that he was with Ashanti because he can't get in Ashanti right now. You see
You
what I'm
don't think he
saying?
can get in Ashanti?
Nah.
What make you think he can't get in Ashanti?
I mean, look how he at. See, we just seen him on the interview, so that's just a small piece of what he truly is. If he doing this on the interview, what you think he doing in real life with the chick? He probably holding money over her head. He acting like a sucker. He trying to control her a certain way. He showed weakness when he like the kiss and tell. That you can't do that. Like if you had a past situation with a person, that's in the past.
Yeah.
So like you looking for effective leadership, like you got to be looking for future and current and present solutions. You solution based. So you use that as an understanding. You teach that and say, hey, this is what you don't do. But you listen to Irv Gotti or somebody like that, and you can hit a hurt.
So who do you think right now in our community, black community, do we have leaders?
The only person I say I like right now in the black community is Tariq Nasheed,
Okay.
Thomas Sotomayor.
Okay.
Um, I wouldn't even put these guys in the black community because they speak to more than different races of men. But Myron Gaines, I like him. Fresh, he's kind of passive, but Myron Gaines stand on business.
Yeah.
He stand on his principles. He can see he's been consistent since day one. No matter what people may say about him, he's been super consistent. But black community specifically, really only got like Tariq Nasheed. The people you can point people that are pointing out problems and are open and not running from them. You see what I'm saying? Like Dr. Umar. I I went and saw Dr. Umar when he first came to Birmingham. This like 2014. Yeah, this had to be like 2014, 2015. And he was talking about the school. It's 2023.
Yeah. And we
No,
still ain't got no school.
we still don't have no school. But
Yeah.
he'll get on the internet and talking about black men and the choices of women that they choose to deal with. But you don't even have a wife. You got 2 baby mamas yourself. So
Oh,
you
he
can,
do?
yeah,
Oh, I
you
didn't
got a
know.
baby with a stripper.
Oh, that was true?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that when that happened.
You see what I'm saying? So you can't talk to and police black men sexual preferences when you ain't even living up to the standard that you say we supposed to live up. He's talking about
Right.
all these black women that's unmarried, and you ain't even married to a black woman.
Right. So basically you just furthering the degeneracy
Like a
yourself.
pastor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you just like
Yeah,
nah.
and that shit sad because like I said, I always say this: we still haven't got a school from you, and you keep telling people we can look at accounts and people, the IRS, and holding monies in account and see what you're doing all this money. I'm like, man, we don't know what's going on. You're talking to a bunch of people, hurt people. That's what this thing is about. Leaders who are hurt, the people who are following who are hurt, and a lot of people are looking for a savior. A lot of people are looking for someone to pull them up because they can't pull themselves up by their own bootstraps. So it's like it's easy to manipulate a lot of hurt people. It's just like what they call it, trauma bonding.
That's yeah.
A lot of our leaders seem to be trauma bonding with the following that they obtain.
You know what you said to the number one thing you said to a group of hurt people?
What?
Hope.
Of course.
You sell them hope. Pastors, hope. One day it's gonna be okay. But in the meantime, line my pockets up, like the dude up in Brooklyn, Bishop Lamont, talking about he want to fight a rapper named Uncle Murder, wearing full Fendi. Like, come on, man. The fact that, and this how you know is this whole system is rigged. You have other pastors, like you have pastors down here that are big.
Mhm.
Why is there not a checks and balances to allow certain pastors to come in this league or in this quote unquote fraternity? Because this person could come in and taint it.
Right.
Eddie Long sleeping with congregation boys,
Right.
and it's like there's no checks and there's no gatekeepers to say, hey man, you can't come in here with that.
But see, that's what I don't like. So if we're using like pastors, a lot of stuff they know what's going on,
They profit from what's going on.
but they can't say nothing because if I say y'all got to come to me for your faith and your salvation, I'm the gateway to God, and you listen to me, you give me your money. If I go and chastise a Eddie Long, then now eyes might come back and look at me. They might scrutinize what I do. It might be a fine tooth comb coming to me now. So
Yeah.
now I gotta be like, do I want to really go and say something to that? Do I really want to rock the boat? Maybe it won't come, maybe it won't be that bad. You know what I'm saying? Because the same thing is it had, like you said, the checks and balances, because even if I don't say something, Eddie Long will still put a bad taste in some people in my congregation's mouth too.
Mhm.
Because now I gotta still sit up under you and hope you're not doing the same thing because of what this other person does. And like you said something the other day, a lot of people don't understand that we are basically living for one another pretty much. So my actions do affect you.
Yeah.
So a lot of
Or
people,
lack thereof.
yeah. So a lot of people just think that we could just be out here and do whatever we want to, all willy nilly. But even as a black man, I represent other black men unknowingly.
Yeah.
How I dress, how I talk, how I interact with this white person. Let's say if on some race stuff, if I interact with this white person and give them a bad, view of me, a bad perspective of me, they might think all black people like that, especially if they haven't even encountered a lot of black people like that.
It's an unfair thing, but and nothing in this life is fair. So you got to be mindful of that. That's why, like I said, you see a lot of people talking a bunch of riffraff on social media. You just talking, but they're not making no sense. That's why I say going back and forth and doing and all of that, it's fine. But what is really being accomplished when you do that? So, like I said, going back to Dr. Umar, every chance he on the interview. If you busy building the school, you really ain't got too much time to be on no
On the
interviews.
interview.
You ain't got that's valuable time being wasted.
And that's what I thought he was doing, because for a minute he had slowed down doing interviews.
Yeah,
He
but
had slowed down, but now he back on the Breakfast Club, dogging Deion Sanders out. How
come on, man.
excuse me, how can you dog Deion Sanders out about him leaving a HBCU going to PWI, but you still have not built this black school? You need to, what they old people used to always say, you need to sweep around your doorstep first.
That's facts.
Like, how could you even fix your lips to criticize this man? And we still have not seen any. We ain't seen a curriculum. We ain't seen, like, you. I remember a few years ago you did show where the building's supposed to be in, where you supposedly bought it, but you haven't done that yet.
The number one leaders that was in the black community was the pastors at first. Like I said, Martin Luther King started off past, like those were the ones that can get groups of people to congregate. That's why they call it a congregation. When people start seeing the prophets, then that's when you saw the mega churches.
Yeah,
Like when you start seeing when the dollars, anytime you start throwing money out in causes, it's gonna be tainted. It's not gonna be authentic. Now you need money to operate, yeah, of course, but when they start commercializing trauma and struggle, that's when you start taking advantage of people who really didn't know they was being, like right now, they're busting in and flying in groups of Hondurans, people from Honduras, all over the place, busting them in by the hundreds and thousands. People just thinking this just something that's just going on. These are your replacements because the black community is becoming too destructive.
do you think we fight for our own demise?
Of course we do. We love pain.
Why you say that? Elaborate on that.
If all you know is pain and like it's like you got women all they know is toxic relationships. You put them with a good dude, that's not gonna work for them. They're gonna
Mhm.
find a way to get back to what they know, which is the toxic, because that's what they bonded to first.
Yeah.
The first interaction they had, well, was, let's say, that love feeling was a certain person, and then it got toxic, then it got the heartbreak. That's what they like. They'll try to date on an alkaline level, meaning a dude that's non-problematic, he not toxic, he, you know, practice healthy habits, he's productive, but that's not gonna keep her engaged. The
Mm.
toxic relationship gonna keep her engaged because he got all the time in the world. You can't be productive and toxic at the same time because you're
You
gonna
don't think so?
sabotage yourself. She rather you be present than be productive.
Mm.
She rather you be present. So she's gonna fight to go back and create that narrative because that narrative gives her the attention from her friends. She can go home to her mother. She can go, she can always play that victim role.
All right.
But when you out of that victim role, the attention ain't as consistent. You see what I'm saying? So
Mm.
people just consistently, like dudes too. They know this chick from the, this chick. She high powered. You really not. You
Feel like that, yeah.
like you can just tell by the body language. Like I see,
Yeah, you could tell when a woman, they say a man eater. You could tell.
yeah, she a man. Like I look at pictures and I see pictures of couples and husband wife. I said she ain't rocking with an old buddy like that. I can just tell by the body language. And I said yeah, and I can just tell how she posts his gestures to her.
Mm.
So she posts him as if this what he has to do. Roses every Friday. Oh, nigga, you got to do that. The moment you stop doing that, oh, them pictures gonna get them panties and them leggings gonna get a little bit more tighter on them pictures by herself.
Mm,
Them shorts gonna get a little bit more shorter when she take the picture by herself. So now she fishing.
yeah.
I don't know if you saw the video where the girl was you might be able to put it up. I think I sent it to you. I don't think I can send it to you, but the girl was on there talking about uh I try to be nice, I was loyal, but I'm
Oh
gonna fuck my
yeah, I seen
baby.
it on your video.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck my baby daddy. She telling this man, and he's sitting in the passenger seat crying,
Yeah.
or a driver's seat. I don't know if he was driving or what, but she telling you what she about to do to get her lick back because in her mind, she thinks she better than you. So
Mm.
you can't do nothing to bring her value down because a strike to her ego gotta be a strike to your ego. That's why this whole revenge cheat, and it's just an endless cycle. We go tit for tat. That's where we get to competing with each other in the relationship shit from. It's tit for tat.
So, how in our community, if you feel, do you feel like a lot of black women are competing with black men?
They competing with black men, black women, white women. They competing with everything because social media has become a pissing contest. Who can get the most attention? This is where this whole Facebook saying we're gonna pay you out.
Yeah.
Look how more extreme the post became. Look how more raunchy the pictures are becoming. Look how more engaged and look how more frequent people are posting now
Yeah.
because they feel that they can get rich. Man, you know, unless you going viral and you got 800 to 1,000 comments, 1,000 shares, you really not gonna be like that. You have to really put in work to get that platform on Facebook like that, the way all your post is high engagement.
Right.
That's a full-time job and more.
Yeah.
So when they said that only increased the competitive nature of people, especially specifically women.
So, how do you get a woman to submit under a leader or a movement where we could all come together as a collective? Or is that even a thing now? Do
You
you think
can't get
that ever
women
happened?
women in submission. That word is like holy water to a vampire. You can't get women in submission. Don't go together because feminism has made we got an egalitarian society now. Women think they're either equal or better than men. So
Mm,
even the thought of them submitting to male leadership is a done deal. The only way you can get somewhat of your power back is to take the interaction from women away.
yeah.
That means you got to sacrifice. That means you may have to go celibate. That means you have to go a period of semen. You got to separate yourself and put so much value in yourself to where you build something that they need.
All right.
And you got to be careful with that because women know how to infiltrate. You look at the manosphere. You got these women that came in looking for a quick buck and got exposed real quick.
Yeah.
So, like I said, you build something, okay, we just gonna go in and take it. Or we're gonna make our own version of it, or we gonna use his until we can find a way to take it from him. You'll be lucky to get a woman that's on your team in this day and age if she wasn't on your team prior to the spike in social media, which I say would occurred around 2016,
Hmm.
17. But it's just like I said, you gotta see what's going on now. Like I said, it's very different. These women are chameleons. They know how to play a role and talk a good game, but more likely you'll be another boyfriend in the boyfriend box. That's it.
Why don't you think women learn from other people's mistakes? Why does it look like women have this mindset it won't happen to me? Like even we was talking about it, like even becoming a baby mama. Like I asked somebody the other day, I said she was talking about having kids. I was like, well, you should at least try to shoot to be married before you have kids. I said, as a person who I always had my wife with me at raising our children, we will alternate some time on changing diapers. But you want to do that all the time? You want to wake up every night on your own and change diapers. You want to wake up every night to feed them. You want to wake up every morning to get them dressed to go to daycare or school or pick them up. You want to be the only one that have to maneuver to find a job. You want to be the only one that feeds them. You want to be the only one there to do this.
Man, I had to learn myself. It took me a while to get this. Like I made a lot of mistakes, but by not having platforms. When I say platform, meaning systems of operation. Like you look at the PlayStation, you look at the Xbox, you look at Apple. they got support system that support a bunch of things. With women, they want to just be independent. You see what I'm saying? That whole independent, like I want the baby because in her mind, the baby is hers. It's not yours. It's hers.
Right.
That's why they say you're not gonna see my child. You know, they rarely say our child, they say my child. You see what I'm saying? So the child is nothing more than the extent of her. She wants to, that's why a lot of women want to have daughters. They want to replicate themselves because they get to a certain age or they go through this birth and it does this, I wouldn't even say damage, but it changes their bodies. They have this new, brand new version of them that's going to get them attention. So they live vicariously through the baby. That's why they putting lashes on the baby. They putting sew-ins on the baby. They putting leggings on the baby. They dressing the baby up like a grown woman.
Grown woman.
And they dressing the son up like a grown man.
And
like
that shit sad. And like I said, you never see men dressing their sons or daughters like that.
They dress them like kids.
Dress them just like kids. You might see your dad dress his son with a Power Ranger shirt, Blues Clues, the same thing with the daughter. Something that's kid Dora the Explorer, something like that. But then you see these women. I hate this question that I seen, but it was a post. I think it went viral last year, and it was a little girl. She was a pretty young little girl. She's probably like 3 years old, right? And the baby mama posted, "My baby daddy mad at me because I let my daughter wear this. What do you think? Do y'all think this age appropriate?" Now, one, why would you come to social media and ask that question?
That's the problem, right?
And put your child out there for that type of exposure. And so many people can say what they think and how they feel about that, right? And then two, if your baby daddy don't like it, why don't y'all have a conversation to find out what's appropriate for y'all child instead of just coming here and if Facebook say, "Oh, that's not that bad," but so many people in the comments were saying, "Hey, you don't dress a child like this. This is like a grown ass woman. Like, what the hell is you doing?"
Because she, in her mind, is her child.
Yeah.
She's not gonna consult with the father because she don't, one, he hasn't really done or given her anything to respect because she technically don't need you for shit.
Right.
A woman don't need you. She's not gonna respect you. She'll respect you more if she wants you versus her need for you. So her want for you, like I said, you got to make yourself a desirable man, and then you also gotta look at what type of chick you picking. Like I said, a lot of dudes shoot for the stars now because they seeing the bad chicks just like the chicks seeing the rich dudes with all this influence and status. And it's just like I said, it's just I don't know, man. It didn't warp people's mind to think that they can be the exception to the rule when you're just a statistic. You're not the exception because you're doing how you gonna be the exception when you got the same dynamic that everybody else got? You're a baby mother, you got this type of dude, ain't shit daddy. You know how many people got that story?
Too many people.
Same story.
But the thing is social media, come back to social media. We got so many people that seem like they make it out of that situation.
Seem, that's the key word.
Seem, or maybe they do make a better situation. But you can't use a what you say, exception to the rule,
right,
as the rule.
Nah.
And that's where we have a big issue right now is we have a lot of that going on. Also, I've been seeing, we talking about men being leaders. It seems like a lot of men are trying to follow in the footsteps of women when it comes to go look at my store.
Man.
Now they on here showing dick pics and showing their videos of them having sex with women. And or like the last week or the week before last, maybe it was last month, the dude that posted the videos in his comment section, but it wasn't him. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, he was posing like another dude.
Yeah, another dude, and, got his following up.
Yeah.
So it's like people are doing so much just for attention. The attention don't even come with the money, but it's the attention is the new currency. And it's sad that we have so many men following in the footsteps of women because they want attention just like women. How are we going to get leaders out of the type of men that are being raised nowadays?
You got to separate the men from the mice, the pits from the poodle. The poodles, man, like you see these dudes now, like I said, they'll do anything to get validated by a woman. They'll say anything. This where the whole pandering come from. You see, your boy got put out the isn't that Derrick Jackson, like posing, but now You got these women who quiet.
They
You see,
very quiet.
they was loud as hell when Tory got convicted, but they quiet as hell when Derrick Jackson came out to not be who he said he
Said he
was.
was, yeah.
So when you got men fighting in always in female spaces, like I said, such as social media without no substance, like I said, you're gonna have weak men. They're
Yeah.
gonna end up getting hurt because these women, all they doing is fishing.
Right.
They see how these dudes talking like, okay, I got me a fish on the line.
Posting your cash apps.
Post the cash app. That I see chicks posting screenshots of cash app that they got from dudes. To the dude, he thinking he a boss and he got the extra 150 to send. It ain't about the money. It's the principle that you about to send this money to this stranger for no reason other than you thinking it's a
gateway to get in the
it's a crack in the door. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, it's a gateway to get to the panties. And she like, but you ain't like, truth be told, the more money you got to spend on her, the less she want to fuck you.
That is true.
The more money you got to spend, the less sexually attractive she is to you.
Because she gonna look at you as a trick.
Yeah.
Or a tool.
Yeah. Both the same is one and the same. You a trick. You a means to an end. So when she get tired of the trick, she gonna go get another one. Well, I want this trick to do a different trick. You do this trick. I want to. Now right. She got a magic show.
What they say, I got a boyfriend to take me out to dinner. I got a boyfriend to get my hair did.
Fix the car.
Yeah, I got the mechanic on speed dial. I got the boyfriend to come fix the leaky faucets in the house. So it's so much that goes on with women that it's hard to figure out if they coming and going in a lot of things that we see on social media. And like I said, we got so many men following the footsteps of women. They're letting the women lead now. And like I said, I know that comes from a lot of single mother-led households, and so many men feel comfortable being led by a woman. But then now you get in men's groups and you see so many men now actually feeling courage or feel bold, to say, hey, my mama fucked me up. My mama was either overbearing, or she treated me just like her boyfriend, or she was too soft, or she was running behind other niggas, so she wasn't there. I didn't have no structure, no discipline, no nothing. Like, you got so many dynamics of being raised by a single mother that is scary. Like even having the conversations, the simple conversations about men, how men are. Men, you can sit here and say, majority of men are looking for women or attracted to women or trying to approach a woman to have sex.
Yeah.
We all know this. But it'll be a dude, he'll be like, no, that's not all, man.
Yeah. I see that.
What the fuck? Like, nigga, this is just simple shit. I know as a man that if I'm looking at a woman that I don't know in the mall, I'm looking at them ass, titties, hips, lips, something that I'm sexually attracted to. And I'm like, I think I want to fuck her.
It's your primal nature, bro. Like, but the thing is, dudes play the friend role, and they like I saw this so much in college, bro. Like, me and my boy, you say you trying to friend your way into the pussy. That's and they play the friend role, sit in the cut until they catch her drunk, and they try to these dudes are predators. This is what a lot of women don't understand, that these dudes are preying on you, and they preying on your ignorance, because you thinking this dude for you now. If you was 600 pounds, barely can move, you think this dude want to be your friend?
No.
Hell no. He won't look your way unless he a chubby. Yeah. Unless he into that.
Yeah.
But that's gonna be very rare. That's again an exception to the rule. But me, this platonic relationships, that's gonna be very rare.
Yeah.
Men are visual, and the first one is gonna be a physical attraction. When I would say both men and women are equally as visual. Like, so even her, she not like yeah, I ain't gonna sleep with him. Just the same decision they'll make on if they'll have sex with you within that first couple minutes is the same way she'll say, I ain't gonna have sex with him, but what can I get out of him outside of sex? Because I don't want to fuck him, but let me see if I can get something else. You got women that don't pay for no food during the week. They going on dates every day.
Right.
To go plates to the house. They ain't got to buy no groceries. They living off the land, or they living off the simps. So, like I said, you're gonna be used in a way. You're gonna be used for something. You either gonna use her, y'all gonna use each other, or more cases than not, she gonna use you first though. She gonna use you first. The ones that use women the right way, I ain't gonna say the right way, but in the way that it makes them impervious to being played, you gonna got guys like Future. They already know what time it is.
Right.
Nick Cannon. They use him for the fight, but he like, but I want the kids, so I know the kids cost money. So you still ain't finessing me. P did it with old girl.
Yeah.
Man, that $200,000 of money is a tax write off. He ain't missing
You
that
think
money.
he really get her 200,000 a month?
Yeah,
You think so?
yeah. Line up because it's a tax write off.
I don't think she worth that.
She ain't, but he got to pay taxes. He ain't got no artist to give change to.
Well, if you look at it that way,
He
yeah.
rather like shit. Well, let me this little young fine thing. What? I got to fly, I get a arm candy, and I get a tax benefit. Let me break her off.
Yeah.
And then I get the pub, I get the ego stroke for the comments.
Yeah.
So he gonna have to pay it to the government or pay it to her. And then he got like 3 or 4 chicks he probably doing this with.
Yeah.
Tax write off.
Well, yeah. If you put it that way, yeah.
Yeah, because she is an artist.
Yeah.
So tax these, but women to see these relationships and be like, I want something like that. Or he can do that.
Yeah.
So in their eyes, he's a leader to them because he lead them with finances. If finances ain't in the equation with a woman, you pretty much it's a done daughter. Because in her mind, everything costs. She don't want it. Again, it used to be a time you can go to Pizza Hut, Applebee's back in the G. Go to chick. You know, you remember I was in high school. You know, you probably had money, but you know, my one of my earlier girlfriends in high school. You know where we went on like one of our first dates?
Well,
we went to Chick-fil-A and to the movies. A cool $30.
But you don't think people gonna go? You don't think women gonna go for a Chick-fil-A? Well, how old are you? Hold on, how old are you?
I was about 17.
So you don't think another 17-year-old gonna do that today?
Nah. Man, you see these prom pictures? These dudes putting up in vets,
You're right.
Putting out racks, all these types of red bottoms. They not doing that no more. Like, and we had a good time. But now it ain't about the good time. It's about what it looked like. What does this do for my status?
The status, you gotta post the pictures. I just
gotta post it. Everything gotta hit the internet.
The prom pictures is crazy nowadays.
And these little boys pull it up in vets, Hellcats.
Or just look at the daughters. Some of them half naked going to prom.
Half naked, ass out.
Like these, the parents. You would think she snuck to the prom wearing it.
Man, nah.
No, the mama right there, the daddy right there, and they both smiling, happy as hell. Daughter nipple showing through the damn dress. She turned around, it's see-through, and all you see is a thong in the ass. Like, how these are the people that's raising the children today.
And these are the people who are making their children predators. Because again, I'm gonna tell you what you see. These girls that you got that's going to the prom, fine like that, they friends with dudes that ain't that dude right now. Or they friends or the dudes can see these pictures. Let's say they get shared, they go viral or whatever. These dudes got rejected. So that's why I say they hold on to the hurt. They got this mentality that I'm gonna get some get back. Let's look at Yo Gotti. Yo Gotti said he wanted Angela Simmons back in 2016. And he quote unquote manifested it now, right? You got dudes who wanted to holler this chick in high school. She go through a prime, go through a little phase or whatever. Now she on the down slope. Oh, he waiting, but he didn't leveled up. Oh, I'm finna do you bad. Because remember, you played me in high school. They not knowing this. They not knowing what goes around comes around. That's a true saying.
Right.
So, like I said, you put your daughter out there to where she get this ego, and dudes out here disposal or disposable. Yeah, only for a few years. Those glory years. After that, you hit the wall. Now you getting bare minimum. At best, you getting bare minimum.
Bro, that shit's scary. And I'm gonna say this shit again. These are the people who are raising children and putting them out in society. When I hear the teacher stories with my wife and the people, other teachers sitting around, and they talking about how these kids in the 11th, 12th grade can't even read on the 3rd grade level. Man, listen. When COVID hit, they talking about they still going to have lunches at the school because a lot of kids were just coming to school to eat.
Just to get something to eat.
This just lets you know. And then if you don't know, we're in Birmingham, Alabama.
Yeah.
Birmingham City School has been failing probably the last 20 years, maybe. What you think about 20 years?
What that?
Birmingham City been failing.
Yeah, about 15 years.
Okay, so about 15 years, Birmingham City been failing. And why do you think people still sending their children to these schools?
Because it's a daycare. And public education is nothing more than a indoctrination daycare center. What the prison, the school to prison pipeline is a real thing. Like I said, it's already showing the stats that most majority of black men in prison cannot read. So this starts at an early age. So
Right.
all of this is cyclical. So you got the single mother dynamic. You got the absent father, where the fathers become null and void. So you got fathers who tried to be in the child's life, but because of the resistance and the friction that he had to go through with the mother, he opted out. 50
Right.
Cent, his son, prime example.
Yeah, that
50
shit
Cent
sad.
son is supposed to be in. That man got 12 shows on Stars, damn near. He's
We'll
supposed to
be
be
acting in something.
He's supposed to be acting or in some type of credit, getting a royalty or residual check from his father's legacy.
Right. Even
But
if that nigga couldn't act, he could learn how to work a camera or something.
but because of the relationship rift that his mother made between him and his dad, he got to work a regular job, and your dad is 50 Cent. Now his other son, Saya, he gonna reap all the benefits. He gonna roll right in 50 footsteps.
Think so?
Absolutely.
I ain't seen the other son.
Yeah, Saya, yeah. He even got older now, but yeah, man, it's like I said, this victim mentality that we got as men, like I said, a lot of shit happening, but it's happening on our watch.
Yeah.
And our voice, our arguments are minimized with certain rebuttals, such as who hurt you, you sassy, and all of this, and you sound hurt, all of this, when we really make an honest critique and it's supported with facts. It ain't like we just pulling shit out our head. You get on the internet, you see most of the destructive videos, 60 to 70% of them, women are included in them. 60 to 70% of the sexually explicit videos, the fight videos, just crazy videos all together have women included.
So what age do you think a man experiences first hurt?
Super early.
What age you think? And
Five, 6 years old.
And what do you think that hurt is? Is it parental, relational, bullying?
I would say in my day, my first heartbreak was, let me see. I had a crush on a chick, but like I said, I really never had no problems with girls or women. Like in my dating experiences, like I had a girlfriend in kindergarten. I kind of knew how to maneuver through it. Like I was spending my lunch money on crayons because I knew having the biggest and the freshest box of crayons, they'll have to share. So I sat in between two girls. So when you could just share with Chris. So now they got to share with me. So I'm looking like the man because I got the new crayons.
Yeah.
So they start calling home like, well, Chris doesn't have any lunch money. like, what you doing with your lunch money? I'm buying crayons.
Yeah.
So like I said, early on, like a lot of dudes, they'll take a liking to a girl, but the girl they take a liking to rejects them because she got a crush on another boy.
Yeah.
I think you remember you were telling me about your son and what he was experiencing.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So some boys, they on the opposite end of that, they crushing on a girl, but the girl ain't crushing on them. So they get their heart broke. In a sense, they not mature enough to really feel it or understand it, but that disappointment that the feelings are not reciprocated or not mutual, they like, damn, she don't like me. I'm ugly. I'm this and that.
Yeah.
So I think, like I said, it just depends. I think more so early on, 5, 6 years old, because that's really the first time you in that setting where you don't have a lot of supervision. Kindergarten, you got that one teacher. Daycare, you're gonna have a few different people. You kind of in the baby phase, but once you get to kindergarten, you get in your own little area. You around, girls and other boys, stuff like that. You're interacting. Like our attraction triggers happen way earlier than what people think. It happens before puberty. Because you're still in that curious phase. Like, damn, I kind of like her. She cute.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and so you think people when they get hurt that early, they carry that hurt long?
I don't think they carry it knowingly, but subconsciously they do. Because now it's a question mark. And also you look at the treatment. The pretty girls, like this pretty privilege is a thing.
Yeah.
Pretty privilege starts super early.
Right.
Around 5, 6 years old.
Probably earlier than that.
But
because you got to think about it. You can see an ugly baby right now, and you ain't gonna say, "Oh, that's a cute baby."
Yeah.
But people can pick up early. Kids can pick up early. They always call that baby cute.
Man,
they don't ever say me, I'm cute or pretty or handsome. You know what I'm saying?
They didn't got to the point where they got social media accounts for babies.
Shit sad.
For kids.
Yeah.
Kids don't need to be on no social media looking at the likes they get. Look at what they said about you. Look at what like, no, you exposing them to something that they not really ready for.
Because
But
social media is a beast.
and social media got people killing themselves.
Yeah.
Social media got people doubting themselves. Like, you gotta understand what social media is. It's a tool. It's not real. It's not a real place. But people put so much stock in it because this is where everybody come to measure themselves.
Yeah.
They measure their work. Put your work out there. How many likes it get? How many people comment? How many people share it? Like, people do music. I'm like, man, you do music, but you ain't got no music on your page.
Yeah.
Like, where your work at?
Right.
The new conversation is gonna be, well, let me see some of your work.
Right.
Damn all that bullshit. Let me see some of your work. You say you want to do this, well, let me see some of the work.
Right.
Just talking. Like, people got pipe dreams. People got the pipe dreams that they wanna. Nah, you got to really put the work in. Like, if you're not willing to put that work in, you're going to get absorbed by the content that other people are doing. You're gonna get absorbed by the attention that other people are getting, and you're gonna wonder why you ain't getting that. And then you're gonna feel some type of way. You're gonna start down yourself. And next thing you know, man, I put it out, man, I don't even do it no more, bro. Yeah. Okay. You got a choice. But yeah, I think, like I said, me, and I'm a little older, so I kind of came up a little bit before social media. But if you a social media baby, you've been more likely you've been fucked over, because you ain't gonna know what to do when they so when they if they put if they regulate social media the way, hey, this shit over with at 8. Like a business, you can't get on social media before 8 a.m. and it's gonna shut down at 8 p.m. You are forced to really handle your business.
Okay. They take social media away. What happens?
Oh, people gonna lose their mind.
You think so?
Women gonna lose their mind, because that's the significant other, the digital significant other. They can get boyfriend validation. They can get all type of validation, attention, sexual, financial, everything they want and need. They can get from social media.
So if social media get cut off right now, would it help dating?
Yep. Because now you can't put no filter on yourself. You can't lie like you know some shit that you don't know. You can't put these these thirst traps up to get this attention no more. You got to go outside, and people got to look at you, and you got to really interact. A lot of people don't have no social skills. They
Yeah.
don't know how to talk. You go to a bar, you go to a club, people on their phone. You don't have people talking to strangers for real. People, you go to a club, people bring their party with them. Everybody is sectioned off,
Yeah.
and it give you ego. Who got the most bottles? Go. They got 3 bottles. Cause we need to have 4 coming out with. Man, we only got 1 bottle. They got, you see what I'm saying? Man, what they smoking over there, that shit smells crazy. We smoking on mid. Like, man,
I'm glad I'm too old to be
Man.
trying to compete with another nigga. Because
Man,
I know what they said. Everybody out here faking and flying for real, man. Especially in the club, social media, and areas. Those I feel like those are flex areas. Like, if you see a motherfucker walking in the park, they might not be flexing at the park. You know what I'm saying? You've seen somebody shooting basketball or enjoying themselves leisurely or casual, but someone like the club, someone like a party or an event or social setting, social media, people are not who they are. They're not living like themselves. And like I said, this AI shit is getting scary, bro.
that's a whole nother
This
monster.
AI shit, bro. This shit is finna get ridiculous. You ever seen Altered Carbon?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Bruh,
man, that's a
Elon got some shit called Neuralink. Shit go in your head and put you in the mind of Altered Carbon, bro. People can put on different suits they want to, be an Asian man, be a black man, bro. That shit scary.
social.
Would you want your consciousness to live forever?
If I'm not here physically, like if I put some work out, I want my work to be there, yeah. But my consciousness, I really want how much control will I have over what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking? How much control would I really have if it's hooked up to a computer or hooked up to a system that's influencing my consciousness?
Well, think about this. What if your consciousness got trapped or used for somebody's sick, sadistic game, or let's say somebody was trying to relive being a slave owner and they use your consciousness to be the slave and they beat you and whatever, and you got to relive that.
That's crazy, bro.
Do you think you could you think you could literally feel that?
I probably be, I feel it consciously, yeah, but like I said, I want to say right today, when you look at social media, a lot of these people thoughts and mentalities is not of their own.
It's an echo chamber.
Yeah, it's an echo. It's influenced by what they seen somebody else post. This is why we so obsessed with celebrity. Like, if we gonna get back to being leaders, celebrity, we gotta really get away from them because they don't live an everyday life like we live.
And that's why this is called the New Normal Podcast, because it need to go back to the men and the women, the mom and pop, the everyday civilian living life, because we letting the 1% do 1 to 10% speak for everybody in the planet that lives a totally different life than us.
Yeah.
A totally different world than most people. Most people have to get up and go to work. A lot of people ain't laying around in bed all day and
flying
not doing shit, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, just pick up and go, and got the nanny to watch the kids and shit like that. Like, most people are not living like that.
I seen a chick on my timeline one day. She was just going in about she want to have all this fun with her significant other. I'm like, that ain't what relationships about. Like, you think you just finna, it's just fun, trips, sex. Like, you gonna go through this relationship from start to finish, and it's gonna be nothing but pure bliss.
She set herself up for y'all before she even get started.
I said, man, she older. I said, you, and that let me know right there that the mentality is distorted from reality. Reality is not all fun and games. You're gonna go through ups and downs. You're gonna go through certain hiccups by yourself. So what make you think you ain't gonna go through them with a person?
You gonna have more with a person because you gotta deal with your bullshit and they bullshit.
That's it. Like,
and so it's scary that we see so many people. Like I said, people aren't living in reality.
Nah.
Celebrities are definitely influencing a lot of people, especially kids. They trying to cancel so much. I think that's why Elon bought Twitter, because even with the Neuralink shit, you can use everything that people say, how they feel, how they interact, the stuff that's, popular, what's not so popular, and you can compute all of that in this massive computer that you probably have at a Twitter headquarters to put in your Neuralink shit.
That was some of the best shit he could have done, was buying that goddamn Twitter, because you censoring truth but fueling bullshit. So you only fueling one side of this coin, where the other side is just as, you gotta have balance. You gotta have, you gonna have some bullshit, but if you ain't got no truth in that, like I said, if you don't have the fundamental basics such as a family dynamic being pushed, and you're gonna get what you get today. Like, you got platforms that have been built, Shade Room, Say Cheese, so many different platforms that's built on bullshit.
Right.
Not saying their platforms are bullshit, but you go through it, a lot of it is not productive. Rap culture, crime, viral events, like, it's nothing conducive to us really getting back to, man, you know how many murders was in Chicago last year? They averaged 3 murders a day.
Damn, a day?
A day.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
3 murders a day. That's by design. That's why they busting in people from Honduras and Mexico and all these other places. Now, we didn't become too destructive to where we're gonna get in the way.
We should come together, right? I'm finna tell you how we're gonna be billionaires right here on air. How we gonna become billionaires? We gonna put some money together, and we're gonna go to Chicago, and we're gonna talk to the mothers. They know their kids out there in the street, and say, can we get insurance on their children? 3 murders a day?
3 murders a day, bro.
3 times 7.
Somebody said that too about life. She said life insurance on kid will change the poverty gap. He said get life insurance on everybody in the hood. Because once you start seeing that money come in, once you start seeing money, and that's what we have done ultimately. I don't even really want to put that out there. Money has become our god.
Yeah, it
We
is.
worship money instead. We respect money no matter. Like I said, you look at P. Diddy. Like P. Diddy got all these stories about him playing with dudes and messing over his artists, yet he's yielded and respected. Jay-Z the same way. Shitted on your day ones,
Yeah,
but he still get the respect as if he ain't do that. So
yeah,
we respect money and status over morals and principles. Don't nobody stand on morals and principles. That's why you got lone wolves. You got people out here like, man, I really want to, like, I used to be very social. Like, I used to want to interact and be cool. Man, that shit fake.
yeah.
Like, these dudes don't rock with you like that. If you're not beneficial to them, they not really rocking with you like that because they looking at how much money can y'all get together. Or they looking at how much money you got. Because if I got a check and you don't, it made me look like I'm hanging with a broke nigga.
Right,
And then the chick see that and then, oh, you hang with this nigga. He ain't buying the sections in the club.
right.
He the man. He the big dog.
That's why they put out. I don't want no scrubs.
Yeah. Like,
Scrubs is a guy that can't get no love from me.
so that way you go. Like I said, it go from the victim mentality. All right, well, shit, I can't be a boss, but I got a big dick. So look at my story.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna get some attention that way. Men they gonna finagle a way to get. You see what I'm saying? So if
Yeah.
they can't get it with the money, well, shit, I got the game and the charisma. So let me use that.
right.
Gonna use what you got. So
That's just part of life, though.
that's just a part of life. Yeah.
As a part of life, you got to use what you got. But at the same time, you should have to stoop to certain levels to get your foot in certain type of doors or to get that type of attention.
We pick and choose what we want to have a problem with, though. Like
That's
the
another
snitch.
thing.
Cause we was gonna talk about the snitch shit.
We can talk about
We'll
it.
talk about it briefly. So even with the snitch, like you got people who got this misconstrued definition of snitching. When it comes to black culture and the black community, we pick and choose who we call rats.
Okay, hold on. Before you go there, is there, since you said we pick and choose what we get upset about,
Yeah.
is there a different outrage with a Takashi than there is with a Gunna?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because the Kashi pretty much was trolling. You see what I'm saying? He was trolling before he caught, and he not black.
Mm-hmm.
So he was already looked at as a problem
Yeah,
because you rapping and doing all this. You turn out rappers that we like.
yeah,
So we catch you up and we thinking you of this cloth, and you find, okay, well, we got to really stomp down on him. But you see with the Gunna situation, they say, well, he really didn't rap because he took a plea and he did this, but no. But even that whole Young Thug scenario was a two-pronged situation because why am I in a position where I gotta keep it G if I didn't do nothing? Why Young Thug ain't held to a standard to say, well, Your Honor, Gunna, Sergio Kitchens ain't had nothing to do with it. He clean. You know, I'm gonna take his charge because I know he ain't put in no work. He ain't stepped on nobody. He ain't did none of that. You see what I'm saying? So people looking at Gunna like, well, you a rat, but let's say we in the car together and I'm riding hot. I got some dope in the pistol, and we get pulled over.
mm-hmm.
And the police will say, "Who's this?" And I'm looking at you like, "Man, I'm gonna take the dope, but you take the pistol charge. But both of them mine.
Yeah.
Am I being real by putting you in my mix?
Hell no.
I'd be real if I say, officer, I got dope in the gun in here. He ain't had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Why Young Thug ain't being held to that stunt if Gunna his mans and he know he came in on the tail end. He ain't really put in no work or had nothing to do with what I had going. Why he ain't being pressured to step up and take that?
So with you saying that they gonna snitch though, if he ain't had nothing to do with it, but he knows
Nope.
all the information and got dragged into the bullshit, that he snitched though.
I'm gonna say yes, because under the eyes of the courts and they say the street code, he acknowledged YSL as a gang and as a threat.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning that's gonna implicate Young Thug even more because he gonna have to come back and testify.
Mm-hmm.
So you get on that stand and say, yeah, he did this, or this is a gang, this, that, and the third. That's a snitch.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you didn't have no involvement in the crime.
Yeah.
Now, the other part of the snitch, in my eyes, I would think if we did a crime together and I told on you to get myself out of it, that's really what the snitching boiled down to. But
see, that's kind of what I thought snitching was.
yeah, that's what. But again, social media, we change definitions on shit.
Right.
So they saying, well, now you admitted that it's a game.
Mm-hmm.
So by you snitching by default. So
Yeah.
you got informants, and then you see what I'm saying? It's a bunch of it's like if I was a witness to a crime.
Yeah.
And I said, well, yeah, he did it. I ain't do the crime with you, but I told on you.
Right.
I could have not said shit.
Yeah, but like I just feel like this. Should we look at the music as real or entertainment?
It's entertainment, but is it has real elements because people take real life experience and
Mhm.
they put it they what's the word they embellish
Yeah.
on it, and they make it sound so good,
Yeah.
sliding on your ops and all this, and then you see videos they doing the same shit they just heard in a Lil Durk song.
Right.
So they don't understand, but a lot of these dudes ain't really like that. But they
Mhm.
know if they get into music, they gon' like I said, you can be whatever you want to be. You can be whatever you want to be. So you choose to be a rapper and rap on street shit. People gonna test you to say, well, he talk a good game,
Why
but I gotta see
why do people feel like they gotta test the rapper?
because it's people that really come from that. You got people that really have a problem with
It,
posers. So
I
if you ain't
agree. I,
if you
I
ain't
agree
really
with that. I agree with that part.
yeah,
But if I'm a nigga in Chicago and a nigga rapping about my life that I live here in Atlanta, why the fuck would I go out my way to test to see if he really a gangster?
because he wants some stripes. It's an opportunity to get some clout. I'm really like that. I don't think he like that. He capped. So this how a lot of dudes like, well, I'm about to take something from. I'm about to take a chain or something.
Yeah.
I'm about to get some strike because I'm really what you talking about.
Yeah.
So it precede the music. So if a dude really like that, he like that without the music.
Mm.
But he see a dude rapping like me, he talking like he this and like he ain't like that. So I'm gonna try him to get my stripes because I'm really that. So I want credit for what I really did.
So is that dumb
Very ignorant.
to want to get stripes just to impress some other niggas?
Yes. But it's you gotta understand our nature is to want to get stripes and get pats on the back and be accepted by a group. Maslow.
I agree.
We want to belong to a group.
But how we go about that is the issue. Like you can that's what sports is for. That's what competing in debate teams. That's what um making the best invention. That's what starting a company's for. The stuff we're talking about, some niggas in the street claiming blocks they don't own, shooting at each other, lives being lost, random people being shot, drug element, maybe promiscuity. That's not a way you should want to ever want to earn a stripe. Like if my name was associated, and you would think most people will be like this, it would be to build something productive, something I could give my kids. My kids could walk around with my last name and feel confident.
In a perfect world, that sound right, but you gotta understand what people's background.
Right.
If my mama and my daddy was steppers, what you think I'm gonna be?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the same way. If I come from an environment, it's gonna be very, it's gonna, how many roads you see grow out that concrete?
No.
You don't really see it. So it's gonna be that exception. They may get out. LeBron James, exception, rare exception.
Yeah.
Like, but most people gonna fall to the same dynamics that they fathers and mothers have come from and the friends that they hang with. Like you born in the trap.
Yeah.
So you gonna do what you know how to do to survive, and you gonna want a high rank. Men by nature, we gonna want to rank. We're gonna want to rank up higher than the next man.
Yeah, this is our competitive nature.
It's
And
our
like I said,
competitive nature.
I understand that point.
Yeah.
But the stuff that's going on that we can't tell on, the shit that people drag other folks in, and it's scary that you could be riding down the street with a nigga that you think you cool with. You don't know what's on him
Man,
and get pulled over and he's stuffed the shit under your seat.
bro, I know dudes who was in the car and they partner smoked them. They thought was their partner, whatever, set them up, smoked them, all type of stuff, man. You just got to be weird. You got to have that third eye. You got to have that sense and know what's really who for you.
Right.
Who got their best interests. Like, man, things go bad quick. A lot of stuff you think won't happen will happen.
So you since you said that you pay attention to YNW Melly,
Yeah.
you think he did that?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. The evidence too. I'm like, what? Like, it don't even make sense that it would. Where else would it if they showing the autopsy showing they got shot in the back?
Yeah.
If the shots came outside when he got hit,
They behind him, yeah.
yeah, like bro, like the evidence is overwhelming.
Right.
Like, but he just got that look about him.
Yeah.
He got that demon in his eye. Like, it just like I said, but we wasn't there, so it's like I said, it's just me speculating.
Yeah.
But the evidence is too overwhelming for him not to do it.
Yeah. And so, like I said, even with this snitch, like, so you seen people was upset with Birdman, brother,
Yeah,
for snitching on the dead man.
I got a problem with that.
So snitching on the dead man, saying somebody that's dead that did something is snitching in your eyes.
When it comes to murder, yes, I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
So let's say that the dude he snitched on dead, and the dude he snitched on, they say they killed some people. Them people that he killed still got living relatives. So if it was an unsolved mystery or it was a secret because they put in work some way, he went to the grave with it, and this man tell and say, well, it was really such and such that killed your cousin. The dead dude, he still got family living. So these dudes that ain't never got justice, never got resolved. Okay, you killed my cousin 20 years ago. I gotta get yours. So now you put my family, even though I'm dead, I'm not there. You put my family members in danger because these people don't know who killed they folks.
Right.
It was a cold case or whatever. Now they say, okay, that's who did it. I thought that, but now that I know, I gotta go hit your folks. So we even.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna never be nothing. It's
never
always
never in the
it's
cycle.
a never ending cycle. That's why Chicago 3 murders a day. It's a domino effect.
How do you clean up a Chicago? We should real deal, bro. Get together and get some niggas.
We gotta clean up Birmingham first. Birmingham wilding too.
We could do Birmingham, but I feel like the money. I'm trying to get the money. You might as well get the money. Their family ain't gonna get it. They gonna make GoFundMe's anyway.
Man,
I know it sounds fucked up to profit off of people else, but everybody else do it.
They do. That's true.
I ain't saying I don't feel like I'm morally doing anything. I want the people to.
You're not gonna get you. I don't think you would get money for solving the problem because the problem is what create money for other parties, like the prison industrial complex, the mortuaries. They need funeral, like that's how they stay in business.
Yeah,
they need people filling them coffins up, filling up them sales. They getting 2 for 1, so you won't get money in resolving a problem.
Yeah,
like that. You'll get money more so in perpetuating it more. But like I said, you got the same thing in Birmingham. These folks shooting it out.
Like, yeah, my wife was saying something about the other day. She said a nigga walked in a convenience store or something and shot a nigga point blank range in the broad daylight.
These folks been on that type of time. Birmingham, people think Birmingham was like this in the 90s.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's been like this.
We broke the 30-year high.
Yep.
In murders last year.
We broke it. Yep. Man, people don't have no regard for life.
You would think, how do we get back up that high?
I knew we didn't have a regard for life when I started seeing people. The dude, I think that was outside of Plush, killed the dude and went on Snapchat and recorded it. Him laid out.
Yeah.
Like before his spirit left his body. I said, "You gonna record this?"
Yeah.
But he's so amped up because he want his stripes because he know he finna go. He got to put himself and show what he did.
Yeah.
So it make the world view him as a real stepper.
Yeah.
There was another dude who got killed. He got the dude on Snapchat, on Facebook Live, laid him out. So you putting this, you know you going to jail now. The evidence is right there.
Right.
So, but they got to let the world know that they ain't to be played with. Our egos have become so big, we can't let none slide.
That shit sad, bro.
Like I don't have no mind. I don't mind stepping down from a fight. Like this ain't worth it. Like you're gonna trick me because I'm gonna have to see it. I'm gonna have to go all the way with you because I know I got
nobody fighting, bro.
I got to think you going all the way.
Yeah, that's the thing. Ain't nobody fighting, bro.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to go with my move first.
Yeah,
you ain't getting your move out first.
No,
I gotta go all the way.
In today's time, it would not be wise to think you finna fight anything.
Not finna fight nobody, bro. Ain't nobody about ain't no fair fights.
No.
Stay out the trouble, stay out of people's way, stay out of people's business. That's how I move.
Now, if it's just a situation where you got to do a fight or something like that, okay.
Yeah.
But if somebody say, "Hey, we're gonna step outside," I'm not coming outside.
If it's a situation, I know I'm the aggressor.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go. I already got it made up. I'm going all the way with them. I'm gonna go all the way. But other than that, like we could talk like men, let's talk like men because it ain't that deep. More than likely, it ain't that deep. It's not that deep, bro. But our ego, like I said, we don't want to think people to think we weak because they probably got you on Snap or on a story. This nigga puts I punked him, I caught him lacking. All this stuff getting caught on camera.
Yeah.
And the internet is forever.
Yeah, and like I said, that ego,
bro.
The ego get you killed real quick. Get you in situations you ain't never expected to be in. And like I said, it's scary. Me being a 34-year-old man, hearing other people's stories of young guys, people my age, saying, I never even thought I would be alive at this age. Because in some neighborhoods, in some communities, nigga, you're an OG at 19.
Man, what?
They had a guy, and I don't know, maybe it was in Chicago, and he was an 11-year-old hitman.
They started him out young, bro.
11-year-old hitman.
They get you because you ain't gonna expect
little Yummy. I think that's his
you ain't gonna expect a kid coming up with that thing on him. You ain't gonna expect it, and then he might get off because he a kid.
Crazy part about it, Lil Yummy ended up getting killed by his cousin.
Yep.
I'm like, this shit wild as fuck, bro. It's wild. It's scary, sad. Like the future, like we lost as a people, and I don't think it's gonna be a savior or a leader, or anything gonna take us to the drinking well or the mountaintop or anything like that. I think in our community, it's either gonna have to be financial to make this shit clean up, or it's gonna have to be a big ass purge.
I pray send the asteroid. send the asteroid.
Send the asteroid.
Man, send the asteroid, God. Like we need it. Just don't start over because again,
he should have did that with Adam and Eve.
Look at my story.
Yeah.
They Mark over there hitting Jackie Chan. That shit was funny. As I say he's about to post that. He on a honeymoon. I'm like, who? Mark Zuckerberg. He on a honeymoon with a chick.
They said when he get off honeymoon with Jackie Chan.
Yeah. That shit was funny.
Yeah, that shit was funny as hell.
I said, but you got these people, these women, like boys, girls, kids. These kids, once you taint the mind of a child, it's gonna be hard for them to unprogram that because that's gonna be normal to them.
Yeah.
You ain't able to unprogram years of conditioning. Yeah. So I don't know, man.
That shit sad. Anything else you want to say before we get up out of here?
No, man. Just make sure you subscribe to the channel, the Date Master. The book is on the way. Like I said, I'm taking me a little time on social media to get myself together.
Send me the link and I'll put it in the description too.
Okay, yeah, I send it to you.
Yeah, send me the link. I'll put it in the description. Yeah. Tonight we had a great conversation. It's the New Normal Podcast. Y'all make sure y'all stay safe out there, stay prayed up, keep your head on the swivel, watch what's going on at all time. And this doesn't have to be on no black shit, no white shit, no in the hood shit, no suburban shit. Hell, last week, before last, we seen a lady who just walk in Walmart with a gun and put it to a lady head. People randomly just shooting people up and, just doing weird stuff to folks that have nothing to do with them at all. Like I said, even that woman said get a news camera because she was searching for attention. So, like I said, you just have to be careful out here. Stay prayed up. Always checking your surroundings. Make sure you know what you're doing. And just be safe. It's the New Normal Podcast, and we gone.
Yes, sir.